Hey guys, Henry here at Mowers and Blowers. How are you guys doing? This is the Toro Recycler 6.5 Tecumseh engine that I got for free from this guy who also gave me a snotek snowblower. He answered my ad on Craigslist where I asked, hey, if you have a small engine equipment machine that you don't want, don't throw it to the curb, give me a call, I'll come get it. That's been working out very well. I've probably got about 15 or so picks this year, all free, just from people answering my ad. If you're interested in doing what I'm doing, just a free ad on Craigslist. That's all it takes. Anyway, so I pulled the handle preliminarily. I checked out the oil and the gas. There is oil and gas. Oil is actually pretty good. I pulled the handle and it's very difficult to pull, really hard, like it's stuck. So I lifted it up on the side and I spun the blade a little bit on the side and oil leaked out of the muffler. So my first inclination about the problem is probably that it's hydrolocked. There's oil in the piston area. So what I'm going to do is, there's two ways to actually kind of clear it. You can put it on its side where the muffler is pointed down, okay? And you could take off the spark plug boot so it doesn't inadvertently start. And just spin the blade slowly a little bit and try to get the oil to come out of the muffler. You can clear it that way. Or you can take the spark plug out and pull it a few times and see if oil shoots out. I'm going to do that now. Spark plug is out. And I pulled it, and what happened? Oil shot out of there. Quite a bit of it too. If you look at the spark plug itself, it's also very oily. So I think that might be the problem, and hopefully this was all it was. I'm going to pull it a few more times to clear it some more, and then I'm going to try to start it. Pulled it about 5 times, pretty hard. Some more oil came out, and I think pretty much most of it came out. So I'm going to put the spark plug back on and primer it and give it a try. So I pulled it a bunch of times, doesn't start, not even a hint of starting. So I took the air cleaner off, and the air cleaner is completely soaked with oil. So that could have been a problem too. So once I took it off, pulled it another 5 or 6 times, and I get nothing. So I'm going to shoot some carb cleaner in there, just one spray, and see if that carburetor's clogged. So I just pulled it a couple of times and it started, but just a puff, you know. As you can see, more oil flew out of the muffler. But we know that the magneto's good, the ignition coil's good, so we have to do a carburetor clean. Also, this recoil starter kind of sticks. It doesn't retract all the way in. See? So that recoil starter needs some attention. So since we have to mess with the recoil starter anyway, and take the carburetor off, I'm going to take this top cover off too. Top cover's off. Just 4 screws. I'm going to take the recoil starter off. 2 screws. Sometimes 3. Just going to WD-40 in there, in coils. So some WD-40 in the coils, right around the linkage areas. Now it retracts better. That's all it takes. I won't put that back yet. I'm going to remove the carburetor. 2 bolts, intake manifold. Pops right off. Linkages. Disconnect them from the governor. Take the fuel line clamp off. Take the fuel line off. So clamped off the gas line, and now we're going to flip this upside down, and we're going to take off that 1/2 inch nut jet. Yep, pretty dirty. This jet nut's very oily. Holes are all probably plugged up. I'm going to try to look in my bag of parts if I can get another float bowl that's cleaner. I'm going to check out the linkages and blow this out a bit. That seat seems a little funny, like it's puffy, you know what I'm saying? Not supposed to be sticking up like that. There's a lot of crud inside the fuel input. The seat looks pretty good, but I put some carb cleaner on this Q-tip. Went in there just to clean it out like that. You know, the walls have to be nice and smooth, otherwise that needle's going to have a difficult time moving, you know. Gasket is rubbery, but it's a little bent out of whack. Probably wouldn't work well if it has it's not smooth, you know, because it'll cause gaps. But it is rubbery though. Look at all the gum that's on the side there. Looks like I could probably save the carburetor, at least most of that. That looks okay. But you know how I always tell you to shake it? Because you want to make sure that there's nothing in it? This is half filled with fuel. This is trash. So now this float is filled with half fuel. The float is very heavy. If it's heavy, it's going to have a difficult time being pushed up to seal. So this probably leaked a lot of gas. And we have to find a new float and a new float bowl, new gasket, and this needle's had it too. So I'm going to look for a replacement. I got bigger problems. The seat is completely deteriorated now because I shot carb fluid in there. If you put carb fluid in there, it's going to blow up into a balloon. And then when I tried to stick the needle in there, it just broke up into 1,000 pieces. It's not even a hole in there now. So I have to find a seat now. A seat, a gasket, a needle, a float bowl. I need to get all that. I don't know if I have all that. I carefully took a seat out of those. Found one. Now to push it in, make sure you push it in right. I use like a drill bit. The flat end. You just push it in. Got a new gasket. Very good gasket. New float bowl, new needle, new seat, and a better float bowl. Connected the fuel and it's not leaking. I'm going to wait a little bit, primer it a little bit, and see if stuff comes out. Put the recoil starter back on and the engine cover. Just primered it a few times and some fluid came out of this hole, straw, and so that's a good sign. And I don't see any leaks yet. It's been about 2 or 3 minutes. Put the engine cover back on. Let me give it a pull. Well, it started, but doesn't seem to be getting any fuel. For some reason, it's just going off the primer. So it's not getting any fuel. Damn it. This jet nut was dented. That little bit of space didn't allow fuel to get up the emulsion tube. It was damaged. I didn't see it. So I changed the bowl nut and now it's getting gas. So I'm going to let it burn off that oil that's in the muffler, and runs really good.
to see if the self-propulsion works. And it does. Works well. Starting to decrease in smoke, so the heat from the muffler is going to burn all that stuff out. Sounds good. That's how you clean a carburetor and unlock the Hydrolocked on a Toro 6.5 horsepower Tecumseh engine, self-propelled with a bagger. Got it for free in Hicksville. Gonna sell this for about $150, $125. See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.